TV is honored to have Mr. Geoff Manchester, Managing Director of Intrepid Travel. Intrepid Travel has just become a part of a joint venture with the massive TUI group out of Germany, and is one of the largest adventure travel companies in the world. In the late 1980s, two Australian buddies, Daryl Wade and Geoff Manchester, fixed up an old truck, shipped it to London, and did a grueling 6-month trip on the back of this truck with 12 friends from London to Nairobi. You managed to sell that vehicle at the end of the trip for a profit, and covered a lot of the trip's expenses, and decided to stay in the travel industry. Is that correct? Anyway, starting Intrepid Travel in 1989, the company today handles 100,000 customers a year, had revenues of nearly £70 million, or $100 million, in the year to June 2010, with a pre-tax profit of £5.3 million. As a result, Daryl Wade, Geoff's partner, becomes CEO of the new Peak Adventure Group, and Geoff, our guest today, takes over as Managing Director of Intrepid Travel. So, Geoff, besides the financial part, what made you and Daryl decide to do this merger with TUI?
I guess ultimately we can't work in Intrepid forever. We've got to one day leave the company, and we've been exploring ways of how that might happen, and it might be that you make a trade sale or you do an IPO on the stock market. So there's various things you can do, and we're not ready to leave Intrepid yet, so we didn't want to do a trade sale. And this merger with TUI enables us to, I guess, take a first step in taking Intrepid beyond Daryl and Geoff, and one day exiting the company without having to exit now. So we have brought in and we will still plan on doing an IPO in a couple of years as a possibility still. But it also gives us this incredible increased responsibility of looking after, instead of one company, about 10 companies, and a company 4 times the size. So that's a real challenge to us for the future.
That always keeps life interesting. Challenges. What will be the major market changes for adventure and experience travel in the coming 5 years, do you see?
I think the adventure experiential part of the market is becoming more mainstream. Well, not so much that, is that the mainstream part of the industry is becoming more interested in adventure and experiential travel. And I think for us to try and take advantage and tap that to a certain extent. So what we need to be doing is ensuring that we're getting the distribution and creating the products that will attract those people who are moving it towards our sector, but not necessarily wanting to embrace the full-on type of adventure. And we can do that because we have a range of products. Even though we're adventure travel, a lot of what we do can be done by anyone of normal fitness. It's much more about the experiential part. So we're in a good position to take that advantage of people moving towards wanting to get more out of their travel.
Does TUI have different ideas about Peak Adventure Group for a single set of sustainable travel guideline practices and compliance audits?
No, the Peak Group has a business plan which has been approved by both parties, so that's pretty well under control. In terms of our sustainability, we're adopting the Global Reporting Initiative, which is a United Nations method of reporting on sustainability that's probably the most used one around the world. And so that's taking us beyond just measuring your sustainability in terms of what we do in travel, but it's more the sustainability and performance of the whole company. So it's looking at your employment and the way you employ people and your interaction with the community, in fact all stakeholders. So it measures the performance of the company in the community. So moving beyond just the travel sustainability, responsible travel type thing.
Do you use social media much in your marketing these days, the Facebook or even Twitter?
We're using Facebook quite significantly, and Twitter. and we have the more traditional regular email newsletter, which goes out to 500,000 people each week. But Facebook and Twitter, I guess you'd say more than dabbling in, we are using them quite seriously, but we're still a bit unsure as to the success and how much they contribute to sales. And I think we are in the process of improving our customer management systems so that you're better able to bring all the information together from these things and ensure or know whether you are getting the benefits. So, but while we're not totally confident that it's necessarily giving us sales results yet, it's definitely an area that you need to be working in.